Sugar, that sweet, delicious, crystally, stuff. Yeah. Stuff, which can be bought pretty much anywhere, is being eaten and drunk in ridiculous amounts, mate. And it's no surprise, because not only is sugar eaten directly off of the spoon, like a freak, but also in the form of cakes, biscuits, ice cream, fizzy drinks, and donuts, and so many more things. I mean, it's insane. However, as sweet as sugar tastes, it does come at quite a cost. Not only physically, but also mentally. It has been linked to causing problems with heart disease, diabetes, acne, tooth decay, depression, anxiety, sleep, and energy levels when consumed in large quantities. And large quantities aren't actually as large as you may think, because according to Google, adults shouldn't have more than 30 grams of added sugar per day. And a can of Coke, for example, has 22 grams of sugar, which is just madness, and it says a lot, really. In fact, on average, people between the ages of 19 to 64 consume almost double the amount of recommended sugar. And when you think about it, it's quite a scary thing, man. Because human bodies aren't exactly built to consume a shit ton of refined sugar. I mean, fortunately for me, I'm more of a savoury kind of guy, but I still eat my fair share of sugary foods. And I'd say that my biggest problem used to be that whenever I was just a little bit peckish or a little bit bored, I developed a habit of snacking on biscuits and chocolate from the snack cupboard instead of eating a proper meal. So with this in mind, I wanted to test myself by not consuming processed sugars for a whole month. And the reason for why I decided to do this is because I wanted to see how it would make me feel, you know? How would it affect my mood? How would it affect my strength? How would it affect my fitness levels? And things like that, really. I will say that I still allowed myself to consume natural sugars, such as the ones from fruits. But yeah, no added or refined or processed sugars. Anyway, it's been just over a week since I completed the challenge, and all I can say is that it was absolutely horrible. It was possibly one of the worst things I've ever done. Nah, just kidding. It was alright, you know, it was interesting. And I was very surprised, actually, by how it made me feel. I'd say that the first few days were really, really tough, man. I just felt tired and lethargic, and overall just like a bit of a zombie. I had headaches, and I felt agitated, and I just felt like I wanted to snap someone's head off. So yeah, not too drastic. I also found myself constantly opening the snack cupboard just to see what was inside, because as I said, snacking from the cupboard was a bit of a habit of mine, and I kept forgetting that I was doing this challenge. So I guess it kind of made me realise how frequently I would go to that goddamn cupboard to eat shitty snacks whenever I just felt a little bit bored or a little bit peckish. But after about a week or two, I'd say those feelings and actions started to go, mainly because I started to develop new habits. So, you know, instead of eating chocolate or biscuits, I'd end up eating some fruit or drinking a black coffee or eating a proper meal instead. And because of this, I definitely felt some health benefits. But before I discuss those, I do just want to reiterate how goddamn boring this challenge was, especially at the beginning, and I honestly just couldn't believe how strong the cravings were. I mean, I remember going shopping and my mouth was literally salivating at the sight of any sugary foods. But as I mentioned, those cravings did sort of start to wear off as time went on. And it did get easier the longer the challenge went on for. So, how did stopping refined sugars positively affect me? Well, for starters, I felt so much more awake and fresh. My stomach didn't feel as bloated, so I physically felt healthier, which gave me more confidence. My skin felt clearer, and also the fact that I was able to resist the temptation of snacking made me feel like I was achieving something, if that makes sense. And I think it actually made me enjoy staying disciplined. So, am I gonna go back to eating refined sugar? Well, as I said, it's actually been a little while since I completed this challenge, and I'm actually still limiting the amount of refined sugars that I consume. But I haven't stopped completely because it honestly would just be really boring, man. So I do treat myself to desserts if I'm out and about or socialising, but I don't snack from the cupboards anymore if I'm at home. And I tell you what, it is so much more rewarding to eat sugary foods this way. And they just taste so much better. Like, the flavours are an actual joke. They're so much more intensified because I don't eat sugary foods as frequently as I used to, and my taste buds aren't used to it. So yeah, I do treat myself every so often, and I think I'll probably keep it this way because I think it works really well for me. But yeah, all in all, I'm really glad that I decided to do this. It was a lot harder than I thought, so it just goes to show how accustomed I became to having sugary foods in my diet. But anyway, I'm gonna go now, and see ya.